how did it end up getting with Blunt recording?
So once we put the 12-inch out, shot it to the people that we knew, DJs around the country and stuff. People, cause Soup worked at, I think he was working at Interscope at the time, but he was doing radio promo and stuff. So he was pushing records and stuff, and then we knew other people that was pushing records. So then TVT ended up picking it up, Blunt TVT, and they was like, "Yo, we like this," you know what I'm saying? We want to give y'all a deal and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And us just anybody saying they want to give you a deal is like, hell yeah. It was just a 12-inch, but it was still just the offer, just the fact that, we doing all this hard work and then the payoff supposedly would be get signed and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we like, yeah. So they like, you know, um, what's the name of the group? Because it don't say nothing on 12-inch and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so then Charlie, prior to this and stuff, he came back one day from home and stuff, and he was with his wife. I mean, his son's mom at the time, and she was like, "Yo, um, listening to the song, she's like, y'all think y'all sound like the Fantastic Five? It's more like the Jurassic Five." And Charlie was like, "Yo, that's funny, but that's a dope name, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna take this back to the fellas." So he came, we had a rehearsal one day. So he's like, "Yo, fellas, you know what I'm saying?" Talking to Denise and stuff, and she said something, not Fantastic Five, Jurassic Five and stuff. And it's like, "Oh, that's nice, nice." Like, "Yeah, what do y'all think about this if we become a group?" Like, "Yeah, that's cool and stuff." But for me, I was in my mind, I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." But I'm like, I'm Rebels Rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's cool, but this is, whatever it is, it turned out to be whatever it is gonna be and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And the label called us and they like, "Hey, but what's the name of the group?" Jurassic 5. And then this is how we became Jurassic 5. So you're talking about the functions and stuff. So Newmark was already producing and stuff. So he had produced some stuff for Charlie and them on their demo and stuff. So he had a B-side on this first 12-inch and stuff, the Unified Revolution. And then Cut Chemist had a B-side and stuff, for their little production type, sampling type thing that they do or whatnot and stuff. So um, everybody just basically fell into who they are and what they do and stuff. So, Cut Chemist was already, doing production and stuff. So, and then the group overall is the production crew, you know. So everybody play a part and stuff. Everybody functions as, I function as an MC and stuff, but I also function as a producer. I function as a show coordinator. I can DJ. I've had to do that at times and whatnot and stuff. I wrote a lot of the choruses for Jurassic 5 and stuff. So everybody play their part and stuff. So I wouldn't slight no one and say, "Oh, this person does more than this person." Everybody does their thing and stuff. So Jurassic 5 produced Jurassic 5, just to put that on the record and stuff.
Well, speaking of the choruses, because the harmonizing and all that stuff is one of the things that you guys eventually became famous for and toured the world. I would say because of, at least in part. And as I think about this, and I've been talking to a few people about this recently, it's just amazing to me that the Furious Five, the Cold Crush Brothers, the Treacherous Three never recorded their routines as songs or never
Right,
applied them, but you guys did.
right,
so
right.
so that to me, when I was first hearing you guys in this 95, 96 era, that was one of the first things I thought of. Like, wow, they're doing something I always had thought of. Like, um, Davy D and Hurricane did it a little bit with Live at Hollis Day and some of their records on Davy's Ride. But I always was like, man, why don't we have this as records? So for you guys,
Mm.
what made that? I know that's just elevating from the what you were doing on your shows, but what made that a natural thing for you, whereas literally almost no one else ever did that?
I don't know why nobody else ever did it, but I know we just seen the creativity of it and the melody and the harmony and stuff like that. And it was like, trying to find your way in it within a world of all these talented people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So this was a niche that, you know, like I said, it just so happened that Charlie and Mark had that Run-DMC type style, so that just meshed together. But Rebels of Rhythm, we had already been kind of like doing that old school flavor, you know, like that vibe and stuff, because we said, man, we got to pick a niche that nobody else ain't doing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Well,
more
you
good.
definitely had that lane on lock.
No, I mean, and still on lock. It's still nobody haven't even walked in that lane. Still to this day, it trips me out and stuff, you know. Like I'm like, yo, like, and even what you were saying, I was like, I'll be thinking, I'm like, yo, man, Grandmaster Caz and them, they need to make an album doing routines. They need to just do a whole routine, exactly what we doing, you know, like they can do the same shit and blow up because the harmonies, and people like harmony, people like melody and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, even a lot of these kids is thriving on hip hop right now because of their melodies and you know, and rhythmic type style or whatnot and stuff. But that in particular and stuff is just it's nostalgic, but then it's still like, you know, it just shows harmony and stuff, you know. And I think this world lacks harmony, so people love harmony. So I always seen them. I'm like, man, don't do nothing new. I would do all my old school. I would do all them routines. I know they got a gang of routines and stuff, you know. So, you know, we didn't try to pick and do theirs and stuff. You know, we take little pieces here and there, and, you know, just on some showing some love and stuff. But for the most part, we was trying to, you know, bring something old in today's times, which is basically what Jurassic Park did and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Brought something from DNA from the old in today's times and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And make something that seemed like it was a myth actually reality. Though this can exist in these times and stuff. You know, so
And that, you know, as you may recall, I've seen you guys perform probably a dozen times over the years in different states, different venues, different
right,
size venues, big, small, out of state, whatever. And that to me was always the thing that impressed me, whether you were doing a smaller thing at the House of Blues in LA or West Hollywood, or
mm,
if you were doing like a festival, like you guys got the same response, you know.
right, right,
And
right,
that to me, for a group that wasn't going gold and platinum and selling these millions of records,
right.
that you could get that response in front of 500 people, 5,000 or 20,000.
No, real talk, real talk. That it always tripped me out. Just like I'm like, yo, this is what we got here is good. Like we don't have to do nothing else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to stray from this. Like, you know I do other stuff, and, you know, as an individual and stuff, you know, and we can all do, you know, but this right here, if it ain't broke, don't fix it and stuff, you know. And, you know, that's where I was at with it and stuff, because people love this. I'm looking at the people's response and stuff, not just, you know, you might catch yourself on a teleprompter or stuff, and I'm like, damn, like this looks actually good. Like, because when you're performing this, you don't know that, you know, that's what it looked like and stuff. And then I might see some pictures back or a video, and I'm like, that's what we look like on stage. like, yo, this shit is nice right here and stuff. So.
So as you guys are developing, Blunt doesn't end up working out, and then you end up with
Yeah.
Rumble and Pickaninny for the EP. Uh,
Yeah.
One, I think it's important to educate people that Pickaninny is a female-owned record label.
Yeah, T Love. That's the homegirl T Love and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she looked out. She had a distribution deal with New Groove. I think that was New Groove, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff. And so she had a three album distribution deal. So I think she was dating Newmark at the time and stuff. And she's like, yo, you know, I got this deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all got something together and stuff. You know, you can, you know, basically help me finish off this deal real fast and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Basically and stuff. So, you know, we can slash Rumble Records, y'all record label, and, you know, half of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then do it like that. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already jaded from getting signed for this 12-inch, and then they not really wanting to, you know, exercise their rights to do an album. We like, fuck the record label, man, whatever, man. So back to doing it our own self again and stuff, you know. So that was a perfect situation for us, and that really took off for us and showed that we can do more than one song. Showed that we can complete a project, and, you know, and we got out there on the road and stuff, and started traveling to Europe, and a label overseas, Play It Again Sam, picked that EP up and wanted to distribute it and make it an album. So we just gave them a couple of more songs, and it became a album and stuff. And then we toured Europe like crazy, you know, from that point on and stuff. And then Interscope and all these other labels start coming in, you know, like, oh, you want to, you know, because they just, you know, hear about us performing and stuff, and you know, this group, like, you know, and that was because we didn't, like you said, we wasn't no gold selling, no platinum selling, you know, group and stuff, but we'll sell out your show, you know what I'm saying? So all the promoters fucked with us and stuff, you know, all over the world. It's like, yo, people want to go to see a Jurassic 5 show and stuff. So, you know,
Yeah,
that's
and that to me was always super impressive, because when the EP came out, and I know T Love too, shout out to her,
right.
but I just always thought it was amazing that this independent thing caught on not only in the United States but around the world.
Right.
So, and to belabor the point, you guys weren't a gold or platinum artist even before getting to Interscope, but you had branched off to Europe so heavily. So,
Right.
what you know, people talk about the different shows and stuff there, but I wanted you to really get into the difference of how you saw the business of rap in the mid to late '90s in the United States versus in Europe. What was the record side of things like, and the promotion side of things like, being in Europe versus being in the United States?
Well, we really didn't know the United States like that. We just knew people that were in the industry and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for us, on our personal experiences, like, I would want to get pampered like, you know, the people that we were seeing and stuff. You know, my boy Trevor worked at Loud Records, so we seen, you know, the licks and getting pampered. We seen everybody else getting certain things, and we like, yo, we gotta be next. Like, you know, like, you know, hopefully we can get done like this. The promotional items, you know, he's doing the stickers, big stickers all over, and you know, it was just that time and stuff. So, you know, we want to be in that, but that never happened for us in the States like that and stuff, you know. So in Europe, you know, doing all the press and stuff, that was like, you know, like, whoa, this is like, now we're feeling like I guess we're in the industry, but we're in Europe though. You know what I'm saying? And it's still not America or whatnot and stuff, but still it's just as good enough for my ego and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing big festivals and, you know, everything. So I really can't compare the difference because we never really experienced that. But I would say it was just more attention on us and stuff, you know, just than it was what was happening in the States for us at the time and stuff, you know, I guess.
And the Roots had a similar experience. So when you guys were coming up, did you guys happen across them in this Jurassic 5 EP era or not?
Nope, not at all.
That's
Not
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy. Not at all. Nope. It wasn't until that we really actually met when the things fall apart.
Okay, so that's like '99. Yeah,
Yeah,
'99.
around that time, yeah, and actually, shit, we did some shows with them in Australia, so it wasn't even in the States. You know what I'm saying? That we met them, it was on the road.
That's
You
crazy.
know, yeah. So a lot of people we would meet on the road and stuff. Shit, I met Kendrick in Japan. I met a Snoop Dogg in Australia. So yeah.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for
just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The history of gangster rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The history of gangster rap in stores now.